Twitter Traffic Raceway. Generating traffic using Twitter. I could start by telling you about Twitter and its 310 million users, but I'm not going to because I don't need to. On my very first day sitting in a university classroom studying online marketing, I remember my professor saying, "You need to understand, we are not digital marketing. We are marketing in a digital world. Everyone is on social media, and I don't need to tell you this because, well, everyone is on it. It is a self-evident, self-perpetuating truth." Okay, stay with me. I aim to teach you how Twitter can generate traffic for your website. I don't just want to go over how to make your post better and build a following. I want to teach you the underlying theories behind digital marketing in the hope that, once you know them, you will understand not just the what, but the why. In this course, you'll have an in-depth, short, but insanely informative and beneficial lesson in exactly how you want to be using Twitter and how you can generate tons of traffic from the super powerful and gigantic platform. Digital marketing for conversions. What is my conversion? This is the first question you ask when undertaking any form of digital marketing. A conversion is when a reader, customer, member of your audience, whatever you want to call them, performs an action you deem beneficial for your business or enterprise as a whole. When asked this question, most people will respond, "Well, that's easy, I want to make sales." That is not a bad answer. The whole point of a profit-generating entity is, after all, to generate profit. But social media marketing is not about shoving your products down your audience's collective throats. If you treat Twitter as a billboard, people will tune out, unfollow, and you will find yourself in a spam box. Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Google+, these are all social platforms. On them, you have to be sociable, and you need a sociable conversion. Common conversions: retweet, leave a like, directed a lead to your website, and comment. You might think this is really obvious. If you do, fantastic. It shows a natural aptitude for this kind of marketing. The call to action. Now that you understand a bit about how you can use Facebook to market your brand or really anything, it's time to look at some of the most common Facebook posting mistakes that marketers make. So now you know what you want your audience to do. The next question is how to get them to do it. With that in mind, go to this website, www.clickonthings.com. The pictures are pretty enough, and some would even say it is well designed, but this site is a digital marketing failure. You can spend days clicking on the pictures, but what is this site's purpose? What does the site want the audience to do? There is no way of knowing. Click on Things is a great resource for what not to do. Imagine these pictures are tweets, one after another, page after page. This is what you are trying to avoid. Have a look at this graph from copyblogger.com. Quick definition by Daniel Nations. A retweet is simply a repost of another Twitter user's tweet on your own profile to show to your own followers. Like hashtags, retweets are a community-driven phenomenon on Twitter with the aim of making the service better and allowing people to spread discussion easier. Now the graph is simple to understand. It shows us the prevalence of the word please in retweets. Why are so many people saying please? Well, we say please when we ask for something, don't we? And that is exactly what is happening here. Whether they know it or not, these Twitter users are marketing for conversions. They are asking people to please retweet. Most retweetable words and phrases, from 1 through to 20. You, Twitter, please, retweet, post, blog, social, free, media, help, please retweet, great, social media, 10, follow, how to, top, blog post, check out, and new blog post. It is called a call to action, and you need to consider your call to action every tweet, upload, picture, or piece of content you intend for people to see. Your audience needs to be told what to do, unlike click on things. The good news is that Twitter has done most of the work for you. Your audience is within easy reach of buttons to comment, follow, and retweet your posts. You just have to ask. Your call to action can be anything as long as it aligns with a conversion. Questions, example, what do you think of our new winter line? Follow this person. Like this if you... comment if you, download my ebook, check out my site, follow me on Facebook, order your free product or trial. Twitter's data shows that tweets that ask for a follow increase responses by 258%. People love to participate. If you show them something they like and ask them to retweet it, chances are they will. Caitlin's battle against cancer is likely to get thousands of retweets. This is a relatable post and, more importantly, there is a clear call to action. Bordering on clicktivism, the use of social media and other online methods to promote a cause, Oxford Dictionary, how could you not retweet this? By doing so, you are supporting a battle against cancer. Value creation on Instagram. If you've ever read a book called Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, the protagonist tries to define quality. It is impossible to put into words exactly what gives content value. In the book, Phaedrus realizes that although it can't be defined, we all have this intuitive understanding of what is and is not good quality. As a marketer, this really made a lot of sense. We normally use the word value instead of quality. You might not know exactly what every reader wants, but we all know what is good and what is bad, and what is good as value or quality. Your tweet is content, or a channel to content, and you need to create value in this content. How do you do that? Think about it like this. The audience needs to get something out of your post. Entertainment, humor, social or intellectual confirmation, the belief that your content can in some way improve their lives. Thinking about the value of every tweet you post is a step in the right direction. There is no right or wrong way to go about value creation. In online marketing, we aim to become an authority, and to do so, we give away content, example the tweets. People pay attention to an authority, and if you keep the content wheel turning, people will see value. Consider Caitlin's battle against cancer. Conversion, retweet. Call to action, please retweet. Value, fighting cancer and cancer awareness. Tweet from Monica. Saying that other people's marriage is against your religion is like saying that I can't have cake and ice cream because you were on a diet. This tweet reaffirms the belief of millions of people. It is unique because of its wit. Stir these two ingredients together and you have a viral tweet. Many businesses will shy away from posting something like this because it is controversial. I recommend you tackle the controversial. Think about all the reasons why this tweet works, and don't forget we are marketing to humans. We are a flawed, backwards bunch, and you will do well to remember that. How to write a tweet. Twitter is all about engagement. As a platform, it allows you to send short messages very quickly. It is great for building credibility and drawing people to your main hub, a website, blog, or Facebook page. You want to keep your tweet short and sweet. It needs to intrigue a potential reader. That being said, it needs to remain relevant to the post, or you run the risk of coming off as a clickbait, a surefire way to damage your reputation. When writing content, it is common practice to spend almost as much time on your headlines as your content. The same mentality needs to be applied to your tweets, because the quality of your tweet is what will get people to read the article. You can include anything that grabs people's attention. A quote from your content. According to Twitter, a quote is 54% more likely to be retweeted. Relevant hashtags will display your tweet to people looking at similar topics. You should create a hashtag that aligns with your product. Tweeting pictures is a very effective strategy when done correctly. It's much easier to engage someone with a picture than it is with words alone. If you post a picture of your product or offer a clever bit of shareable content, you can attract more attention than you ever could with just words. The picture doesn't have to be related to your product. Here is a photo Intel shared on the 4th of July. 90 retweets in just 10 hours. I cannot overstate the importance of establishing a conversation. The best practice on a social platform is to be social. Have opinions and leave insightful comments. Get involved as much as you can. These are the activities that will build you a reputation and an audience. Help other people in your niche. This is often overlooked because aspiring marketers wrongly think of it as a competition. The internet is a massive pie. All you need is a small piece of the pie and you'll eat for life. Essentially, what I'm saying is that the benefits of engaging in a community with a larger audience than you would otherwise be advertising to far outweigh the drawbacks of extra competition. A word of caution. Etiquette and having a thick skin is vital to successful digital marketing. Staying out of the wrong conversations is just as important as getting involved in the right ones. People will talk down your achievements and hey, that's life. You need to ignore the hacks and the snakes who have nothing to add to the conversation but negativity and skepticism. These people will often work to your advantage and draw more people into the conversation. Tact is important. Remember when your mother told you that if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything? Never has that been more applicable than when marketing on social media. Twitter analytics. Let's assume that you have a few tweets out there, your Twitter is all set up, and you are trying to draw content. The next step is to track what works and what doesn't. You really need to be able to follow the user's journey and interactions within your marketing efforts. Twitter has a fantastic tool for monitoring this. There are built-in analytics that will tell you exactly how an audience is interacting with your account. Learn everything there is to know about Twitter analytics. Turn your analytics on and pay attention to what works and what doesn't. If you don't know about A/B testing, the basic principle is that you post a piece of content twice with a slight difference and see which performs better. It is normally used for apps and web pages, but there is no reason it can't be applied to two similar tweets. It took me a while to really wrap my head around the importance of a data-based approach to digital marketing. I think the biggest breakthrough I made in this regard, or should I say the biggest mistake I was making, is perfectly represented in this nifty little infographic. The time of day had an effect on the responses I saw for my tweets. You should study this and align your posts with your targeted market. I mean, it makes perfect sense, but it's just something I never thought of until analytics made blatantly obvious. This is where online marketing really gets a little bit amazing. All that data and how if you study it with a bit of skill, you can get the behavior of millions of different people down to a science. Closing words. In closing, I hope you learned something useful towards marketing on Twitter, because that is the real secret to marketing. The only way to stay ahead in the industry is to know more than the next guy. If you want more visitors for your website or more sales, the only way to get them is with hard work. Nothing worth having ever came easy. It's an unfortunate truth. The silver lining is that most people aren't willing to put in the work. If you work as hard as it takes, the internet is a truly rewarding place to do business. Knowing how to generate traffic using Twitter is just one of the skills you will need. Taking everything you've learned today into consideration, you should now have a much broader knowledge of the Twitter platform. Your next step will be to venture out and find some of the big players with tons of interactions that are in your niche or market. Take the time to monitor their activity and take notes around what they do that causes the most buzz. Afterwards, you can begin formulating your game plan and marketing strategy for Twitter and your own business or brand. As a point, always try to monitor your progress and analytics, which Twitter now provides within the dashboard to help you out. Lastly, thank you so much for taking the time to go through this course. I wish you the best of luck on Twitter.